Hello, hello. It's Friday, chill day. Um, I've been trying to get in on StreamYard for 10 minutes. I don't know if it was or is my internet running slowly or StreamYard. Who knows? I don't know, man. Hi, Chew. How's it going? Um, but I got in and there doesn't seem to be a lag on my end so far. Thank goodness. Um, boo! Friday, chill day. I'm Lucinda. That's my email. It's a .net, not a .com. It's old. I've had that for a long time. Friday is my chill vintage day. I used to spend Fridays doing I just saw this. Oh, I see what that is. I just saw something. Sorry, I got distracted. Squirrel. um, Fridays for a long time were my educational. Let's chat about vintage jewelry. Let's let me tell you and you tell me, back and forth dialogue. What decade something's from, where do you find the maker, who is the maker, why is that maker great, why would you look for that. Different little clues with clasps, the construction of the links, etc., to help you when you go out shopping at a thrift store or an estate sale, or you inherit a bunch of jewelry, or you purchase something, or you want to purchase something. So for instance, hi Heidi, how are you, darling? So for instance, if you got a brooch and you just picked it up because it was pretty, but in having these conversations we've had for a year and a half longer, you'd be able to turn it over and look at the back and go, oh, well, that clasp looks really kind of different. It's very simplistic. Whoa, the pen is very thick and it sticks way out. So you would have a clue from all these things right there. Oh, wow. This is from the 1950s or earlier. And like that, right? So I did that for a long time. And I still do that. I mean, when I am, offering up my curated items, I always say, this looks to me to be ... And yes, we do hide in It Takes a Village. And I'm not always right. And sometimes, because I do have some mild, very mild, but it's there, traumatic brain injury from a rear end in 2013. I will say something like yesterday, gorgeous necklace. And I said, these are Venetian wedding cake beads. And I knew in my brain that wasn't quite right, but it was in the ballpark. And I said that. I'm like, this is what I'm thinking. But, and a friend, acquaintance, reseller, spoke up and said, those are actually lamp work. Wedding cake is like this. And I was like, okay. So Fridays have typically been like that. And they, like I said, every item I pull up, I say stuff like that. But I need you to know that I know just enough to be dangerous after doing this since the 70s and then taking a hiatus and stepping back in 2000, that I know about 75% that I feel kind of solid about. Even then, I can make a mistake. In 25%, I don't know. And when I absolutely just don't know, I'm going to tell you, I don't know. I know it's from this decade, but I can't tell what this material is. I know it's Italian, but I don't know more than that, or whatever. And if I was to ever sell you an item and say, this is gold and it is from the 1930s or who knows, right? And then you get it in your hands and you're like, no, no. Number one, it's not gold, or that's not Italian. That's not from the 30s. Whatever the case may be, email me. Send it back. I mean, honestly, I will not be offended. I am here not to just sell you things, not to just, make money or scam you. I am here as a community. This is my business, and my time is money, and I do need to make money. But I'm not fraudulent. So that said, you can also always ask questions in the chat. Please put out any information that you may have about an item because it helps me. And just be kind. My basic community rules, although I don't have it in my description because I don't feel like it needs to be said, is be kind. Be kind to me and I'll be kind to you. And that's what we need in the world right now. So when you say something, say it kindly. And remember that I'm a boomer. So when you put in like one sentence or two or three sentences, and this is not like a directed at anyone at all. This is a me telling you how I operate. If I don't get more than a couple sentences, I often don't have enough words for my disconnections in my brain to understand you, right? So, feel free to put in 3 sentences. I'm good with that. Oh, Heidi, thank you. Hi, Lulu. Hello. No, this is not coral, but thank you. This is a older tribal orange blown glass bead with brass dangles necklace. Can you see now how it's like see-through and shiny? Isn't it? And it's so long. I mean, this is, up here and then still all the way below everything. There's a lot of people who covet this. I sold a black collared drop one a while back. I wish I could find more of these, but the vintage ones like this. Thank you, Heidi. Oof. Okay. No, really, Lulu. Well, I had never seen, so I had a customer for a long time and dear friend, I haven't seen them since, like the beginning of December. They said they, turtled at this time of year and might come back in a couple of months, and I haven't seen them again. And all I want is that they're doing well. That's all I care about. But they really were always asking for tribal jewelry. And I have a piece I would be willing to part with, not like this, something different, but tribal jewelry like this, there's a niche out there of people who really want it. Yeah, thank you. So this is the end of week 2. Build the boxes, right? Saves me time on invoicing, saves you time on shipping. And I invoice out next week for everything, get it all packed up, shipped out the following week. That means there's usually a month lag, okay? So if you don't want to get caught up in the month lag, you just email me at the email right there, .net, not .com, and say, I want you to invoice right away. With my post office being completely closed Saturdays and Sundays and me living on dirt roads off of a highway, I can only ship Monday through Friday, but I will get it to you within 72 hours, barring the Saturday, Sunday issue. I do not have a person that comes to my house. Nope. We do have UPS who will come and drop stuff off and probably pick it up if I was a business. But if I ship to you UPS, you would not be happy on the shipping price. Believe me. And lastly, and then we're going to get into it, two things. End of March is going to be the end of selling household vintage tabletop virtual flea market style. Everything will then be just going to the Goodwill. So on the last week in March, Tuesday, that is the 31st, I will probably have all of it in a big pile, like on the floor or something, and use my phone and just scan it and then turn it towards me, leave it on the floor, and just say, make me an offer, because it's just going to the Goodwill. If you win something today in a bid or a buy it now and I don't have your information, I need it there. YouTube name, real name with shipping address, all on one line if you can. Your name and shipping address makes it easier for me to copy and paste. And your PayPal, because I bill through PayPal, email address at the bottom. Okay, and I ship using Pirate Ship. Saves you a third on shipping. Okay. I think that's all the business I need to talk about. And if it's not, and I forgot something, let me know. I do have a giveaway item for later that I think is pretty nice. So as long as I have 10 people in the room, I will do a giveaway. If you have a box, it'll just go in your box. If not, I'll pay for shipping. It's a really small, light thing, but I think it's pretty dang cool. Okay, so cheers. Friday, slow day. Everyone got their beverage, got wine, got a cup of tea, got your comforters, got your jammies, whatever you need. Let's go. Ducky is going to be here later. She's hanging out by the creek, maybe dipping her feet in there, maybe feeding some ducks. It's getting hot here in California. Oh, I'm in Northern California. That's the other piece of business. I'm in Northern California. So we're going to dive on in. First thing is a starting bid. MOP. Here I am spelling. I actually am not in a fibromyalgia flare today, and so far my back and both my legs, because of my back, have been okay. So fingers crossed. Please, please, and please. I think these are totally cool. I'm sure how vintage they are, I don't have a clue. They could be 100% modern. Yeah, yay, Heidi. I know, right? It doesn't happen that often. And so I take it where I can get it. So I don't know. I know they're not toxic, and I know they're not horrible, and I love the design, and they're lightweight, really lightweight. And at my age, lightweight is really helpful. When you're younger, you can wear all that stuff, no problem. Let me show you the backs, and then I'm going to take one off and go into a little more detail. I just got some lotion on one from my hands. Sorry about that. They are, before I take them off, they are about 1 inch in diameter. I've got a lot of earrings. I've got bracelets. Really incredible. Today is my high-end day. Necklaces. Got some really, really cool stuff coming up. So these leaves our mother of pearl. And I would say this is probably older, maybe artisan made. Those are the mother of pearl. You can see the pinks and the yellows coming through, and you can feel there isn't a clear coat over top of them. You can actually feel the carving of the leaf in those. And then I'm going to change my ring light color. Oh, yes, I am. There you go. And then so the lines here in the black, that also is mother of pearl. It's not plastic. The black is just the plastic or acrylic of whatever type it is. See how it's inlaid? Mother of pearl. It's just the black coming through from this. And then this red, I'm pretty sure is crushed coral. I cannot, I don't have a presidium. I can't, decisively say that, but it looks like that. It's like the old, and see, again, how it's inlaid into the plastic. I can say that based on the colors and the fact that it reminds me of Mexico and Texaco old jewelry where they crush the coral, they crush the turquoise and put it in their brooches. So because of the artisan work of this and the way it's inlaid, I'm pretty sure that's coral. Now my light is like, and see, it's inset. And I didn't check to see if this was like Bakelite or whatever, because I don't think it is. I think it's more modern than that, but also older than that. And so I think they're really pretty. There's no sterling silver, none of that. This is probably almost my cheapest item of the day. And look how pretty that is. Oh, and it would go, I do this a lot without meaning to at all. They would go perfectly with this necklace. The orange color. Yeah. So there you go. Beautiful. And I love the angles. I'm all about movement. I'm all about angles. Okay. So we are going to pass on them for now. I don't do recaps. I could change my format where I just choose, and y'all could vote on this if you want this. Most resellers do this. I could do a thing with, I started out doing this where I pick 18 items and I go through them all, and then I go back over what didn't sell and just hold them up, and I'm writing down the prices over here, and I'm, because otherwise I don't remember, because I just say it as I pull up, and we could do a recap. I find that boring. It disallows me to be able to go through a lot more. But if my chat, maybe I'll do a poll in a community post. I'm going to do a poll in a community post. And if everyone says, yeah, we'd really like you to keep it to 16 items and always do a recap, then I'll do that. But I figure the recap is in the rewatching with the price on the screen and then the pass. So I don't know. I'll do a poll. Y'all can look for it, but I don't think it's necessary. So these are going down over here. Let me show you. These are cheaper, but I think these are cool. These are a buy it now. I'm going to move into some much. You agree? How do you agree that this is a better format than in that people, when they rewatch, can see what I've already shown, right? I mean, I know different people come in at different times, so I don't know. If I could spell, life would be wonderful. And I can, but I can spell, believe it or not. Okay, thank you. I can spell. And I like this. It just gives me more freedom to have stuff over here on the side and just pick and pull, and also leave things out depending on who's here. And okay, Heidi, right. Depending on who's here and what I'm vibing on and all of that, So I just I don't want to do a recap. I actually find it really annoying. So these are a buy it now $6. These are vintage. These are cool. And again, I have to change the color of my ring light. If they would stay still, there you go. They are some kind of plastic acrylic imitating mother of pearl. And then they have, and I'm going to take it off of here so it stops doing that thing, silver paint overlay in just an artistic way. Probably these, and they're almost opalescent. I love them. They probably were originally went with a set. They're on rods, Japan, something like that, higher end. And then here on the top, someone put, that's metal, right? Yeah. Someone put like a kind of gray steel Japan twisted metal with silver spacers here, a white seed bead here, and then just your basic earring wires. And they're cool, especially if you like plastics, which I do. And I think $6 is a good price. They are just long enough to attract attention, but not to be shoulder dusters or to be catching in your sweater or anything like that. And I like the differentiation between the top metal and then these pearlized silver overlay. Kind of like, if it was a ceramic and it was black, you'd call it horsehair. And then the pearlescent. So in total, they are, and then we're going to move on to some other stuff. They are 1 3/4 inches long. And the earring wires actually, and I'm sure these were artisan made, the earring wires are actually really nice earring wires. I'm kind of surprised they don't say 925. See that? They're hammered flat and then come down. So, okie dokie. They are pretty, Lulu. Thank you. And you have to, be really into plastic like me. But, I mean, how pretty. And they would go with pearls. They would go with a silver chain. So I like to really mix it up. Like here I am wearing, a bunch of sterling, also a piece of copper, old 50s, or earlier thing. This is a modern charm bracelet, a Om Namah Shivaya, multiple metals. This is gold plated from my Aunt Ho Ho. So all that 120 gold is mostly gone. Same with this. And then, these are just 1970s lever back, and then this tribal thing. And often I have plastic dripping off me, and I put brooches, and so I'm eclectic. I am eclectic. Okay. I'm gonna pivot to a necklace. I'm going to pivot to a really cool necklace. I did my research on this. And of course, at this moment, I remember just enough to make it okay. And it is not the correct jump ring, but I can change it to a brass. A brass jump ring if you want. And y'all can look this up. Let's make it this price. This is a pretty spectacular piece. I had never heard of this person before I got my hands on this necklace. But when I started taking it out of the lot that I bought and looking at the pieces, I was like, whoa, what is this? So I did a dive and I was astounded. Here is the Carlo Zini tag. This is, oh boy, Dolly. This is Dolly. Say hi, Dolly. Dolly is really dirty. Sorry, a lot of hairs. They just have I don't even know where they came from. I have animals, but they don't rub on this. There's just dust falling through the air. So it's this nice, thick, really heavy duty chain. I don't know the name for this type of, it's almost like a regular chain, but with a little bit of swirl. I'm so sorry. I don't know the name of this chain. And then look at what's going. So Carlo Zini, and I think it was his brother, came to America and they started their company very late 30s, early 40s. And he learned his craft. I can't remember from where, but his thing was nature. And so you mainly see in his work elements of nature. And this is his leaf necklace. Look at this thing. It is very heavy. Each one is separate. This is so cool. And he is high end. He is really collectible. I'm asking a starting bid of $55. This goes online. Look it up. $150 to $200. And his name, there's a whole niche collectible out there for Zini. They are no longer in business. I think they went out of business in the 60s, early 70s. Yay. There you go. I know. And also because the plastic earrings, they're gorgeous and they don't weigh a lot and there's so much you can do with them. So look, I'm going to show you. Look at this individual piece. It's rolled like, you know how leaves curl up when they're on a tree or when they've fallen out, right? So they hammer the brass and roll it up and over and make the leaf. Is that not so cool? So, I mean, this is the original chain. I have not seen this one, but I have not been able to find this one, but I've seen similar items of his, and this is very heavy, very solid, very well made. And I can't even see when I look at the inside of the rolls. I don't even see soldering. I'm not sure at all if these were soldered right here, or if it's simply just a really tight roll. Obviously, it's graduating sizes. I love the sound it makes. And, you know, it's not tribal at all. It's natural elements. It's, there's a movement that I can't remember the name of. Not arts and crafts, kind of arts and crafts would fit in a way, but not entirely, of nature, right? And it does get, this is, sorry, a little wonky. It does, this bottom one does get kind of buried due to the nature of how heavy they are and how they, you know, how they hang. But that's how it's supposed to be. And I want to show you one last thing. Yay, Lulu. Then you're a girl after my own heart. See how the top ones are a really thick roll, and then the bottom ones, which are the largest, are actually a very thin roll. So in my theme of loving movement, I think that was deliberate so that the leaves had play, so that they had movement. It's not a mistake. And what I was talking about, the jump ring, here where the Carlo Zini is, this is a modern, some colored, large jump ring. And I will replace it with brass. But so this is supposed to have that movement. This would be great layered with the necklace I'm wearing. Yes, Heidi, right? Exactly. When I Googled the name Carlo Zini and came up with it and saw all of their work and the prices, I was like, wow. Italian designer. And it is like a collar necklace. And I have it on just a little sideways, you know. It is about 14 inches because it's meant to be a collar. And this is meant to overlap, and these are meant to be separate. You know, I'm just going to say it out loud. Yeah, thank you, Lulu. I love it. I'm going to say this because I might as well. This, I can't help it, aging. But if you take that out of the way, if you don't have an older neck, or if you just don't care like me, it's beautiful. And see how it moves the leaves as you move? So cool. Yes, all nature. No. Right. No, I'm not familiar. I had never heard of this person. So it's here, and $55 is like 1/3 of the price. And I'm feeling generous, but I love how it moves as it's on you, and it makes the sound and just the whole thing. And I'm actually surprised that nobody is jumping on it. Maybe y'all need more time to Google him. But you should. You should, because this is just stunning. And I believe this piece is 50s, 60s, based on the chain. So cool. And it's, these are hand hammered and rolled. This is not machine made. No. Okay, this is going down. Going down. Thank you, Lulu. Oh, Lulu, did you look him up, Lulu? Lulu, did you look him up? So that, I need a bigger bag. That's a ridiculous bag. I just want to it's whether you're reselling it or not, which you can, you should do a dive. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I'm just trying to get a bag, and then I'm gonna. Oh, look, I have a green bag. Thank you, Lulu. I appreciate that. Sometimes I'm starting to get feedback where I'm not taken at my word, and sometimes I need correcting, so it's a balance. It's a fine dance. Lulu, thank you. I'm just going to do fair warning, and then I'm not going to do a countdown. I'm just going to say sold unless someone comes in at 60 or higher right now. Thank you. Thank you. It's gorgeous. Let me know, whatever you do with it, send me a picture of you wearing it. Let me know if you resell it, if you got a store, if you can. You could easily be, and I could easily have been asking $100. And that's still less. Yay. And I love this green bag. It's my last one. How perfect is that? I like it when things like that work out. Thank you. Okay. Let's do, you know me, I jump around. Jump, 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 jump. There is a song, a hip hop song, I think, from the 80s or 90s. Jump around, jump around. Yeah. Oh, I will. Hey, let me see, Lulu. I'm going to try to, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I could, I'm going to do it on my phone. I'm going to drop your link, Lulu. I'm going to go in on my secondary device. Friday as Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a prime. What? This is impossible. It says 27 views 2 hours ago, and I'm still on. This is crazy. Okay, I want to drop your channel. Go to channel. There you go. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me. There you go. There's Lulu's channel. It should be showing up. Yay! I did it. I did it. Okay, Lulu, I will try. I'm not a very good night person, but I will try. Okay. This is a totally different necklace. And then, yeah, I was going to jump to something else, but let's do this. since I just did that. This is going to start at, well, this is going to be a buy it now. Cool 60s. For 29. I did it. I'm a big girl now. So at first I thought when I got it and I felt that these were, and I thought this was glass and it was not disclosed, but that happens. That when these were plastic, I thought, it's really modern. I was kind of worried about that. But then I saw the extender, and then I saw the hook clasp. The fact that there's that traditional standard thing where they would put 1 to 5 places for chains. It doesn't say Japan, but generally this kind of thing was made in Japan. And it's on cotton cord, which you may or may not be seeing. I'll show you in a minute. That this is likely 1960s. It could be 1950s. And I have never seen these red rondelle spacers like that. Now, so let me take it off of Dolly. Dolly helps me a lot and point out a couple things to you. Yeah, Heidi, right? So here's your standard 1950s, 1960s hook clasp, right? They all pretty much look like this. We already talked about this. And then here is where you can see the cotton thread. So that's very indicative of it's not past the 60s because they did everything with cord and thread. And I'm still got this piece twisted. Did I undo it? Yay, I did. Now I've got the other side. Hold on. Nope. What am I? Okay, wait. It does lay correctly. It's me screwing around with this thing. Oh, come on. Dead air time. Come on. Am I making it worse? I don't know. Okay, so these red beads are plastic. They are cut hexagonally. They do sparkle like crazy. The clasp, the backs have the rhinestones embedded. Look at those red rhinestone rondelles. I love these. I mean, and then it's got to be faux pearls, with the paste that they would put over to make them look like pearls. This is the extender. It's in the traditional rod with the links construction, like they all are. And these are good faux pearls. I cannot find any place on them where there's scratching or missing paint. I just found like one teeny ding. But look, these rhinestones right there are in the rondelles are prong set. they're not glued in. They're prong set in there. And that is unusual. Usually I find these with these kind of balls and they're glued in. They're not prong set. So I thought that was astounding. It all sparkles. And I tell you, with those things being prong set, it kind of makes me want to take it apart and do something else with it. And then you have this piece down here again with the inset, not prong set, rhinestones. And I know it's original to the piece because it's got the old cordage, it's got the rods, and then what's hanging on the bottom matches. And this piece, the plastic, and this piece right here with the rhinestones everywhere is what made me think, gosh, maybe this is just a total modern repop. Look at that. 5 dangles. Until I got it in my hands, and it has all the earmarks of age. All the earmarks. It's going to be a collar necklace. Here's the inside. Done quite well. Nothing missing. I really wonder, yeah, Heidi, me too. In the color, the red and the faux pearls. I mean, I really wonder who the designer is on this piece. Plastic or not, I'm curious. Whoa. But I'm always curious. I mean, it's like loving vintage jewelry, loving vintage beads. It's kind of like being a magpie, right? And like being a magpie where you're just fascinated by shiny objects. So this is how this fits with, let me see, let me be very clear. Without using the extender, it is 14 inches without using the extender around here, but then the drop is down to about 18 inches. It's gorgeous. I mean, this is wear your t-shirt, go out to a meal and you're dressed. Maybe, stud pearls in your ears, maybe something silver, but I wouldn't have anything hanging down. And if we were in the bright sun, sparkles like nobody's business. So think about it. I have not had time to take a picture and research this piece since unpacking it. I will be doing that if it doesn't sell. Just because I'm curious if this is, even though it's plastic, if this is a higher end designer. And the only thing that would stop me from thinking that is the bottom middle piece, but everything else, I don't know, it lines up to something special. So there you go. Magpie for days. Okay, I'm going to put it over there. I really have to order bags. Thank you, Heidi. I really have to order bags. I have bags, and I see the thing is, once I start unpacking things, if it doesn't sell, everything goes in a bag, and then it goes in a box back there and on shelves and all around, because I don't want things scratching each other, right? So, but I don't have very many bags currently. So I until I get bags, I'm kind of making do with putting things in the weirdest, like look at this. That's what the red and rondelle blinging piece is going in, because I don't want it getting scratched up. And I don't have the right bag. So, I'd rather do that than ruin it. Okay. Remember, anyone who comes in, I don't do recaps. You can always go back and see what I brought. And, and once I had it a minute ago, but if it comes back again, 10 or more people, I will do a giveaway. And if people participate, I've been having a hard time. I've been doing giveaways, and I'm bumping up what I'm giving away, but people don't want to play, and they don't want to give away. So, I don't know. It's like pretty standard thing that people do is try to gift something, and people have not been wanting my gifts. So I'm like, okay. And they don't even know what it is, but they just don't play. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Okay, this is really interesting. And I have I have an idea, but I also completely don't have an idea. So do with that what you will. Hold on. Does this come undone? It does. Oh, good. Okay. Y'all. Okay. It's really magnetic, so I don't want it too close to my computer. Whoa. Okay, let's spell. I know how to spell. This is a pretty low price because I don't know what it is. I know what this would have been in the 70s. I mean, it's a bracelet. It's mesh, silver mesh. Sterling silver, no. Now, I'm going to ask you all for help. It's a buy it now for $13. It has no markings as to, here's the metal, the magnet, right? So it's magnetic. So that says modern. But and then it has this piece like this that slides wherever you would like it, right? But it doesn't come off. And at the end, it has the same, another piece. So is it a watch band? Is it meant to be a bracelet? It's very confusing to me, because now here's the thing. If I put this on, I could just do like that. And there it's on. But then where do these go? How do these go? Is there supposed to be a watch in between these two things? And if so, they're closed. There's no opening. So how would a watch go on it? I mean, not even the not even here. It's closed. So I love it. I like the fact that it's metal. I'm older, so living alone, it means I can put it on really easily. But what is it? Who out there knows what this is, please? And what are we supposed to do with it? It has to go. Yeah. Someone knows what this is. It is very heavy duty mesh. I mean, it's solid. I do not think it's vintage. But what is it for? I mean, I keep thinking watch. But that can't be right. Is it like something that is a handle that went to a purse? I mean, it magnetizes to this, but not as securely. And then what is that doing? So, no, it's too short to be a choker exactly. Unless, you're a doll, like a doll or a tiny child. Blech. So I love the mesh. I love that it has the magnet, but I don't know what it's for. So it's a buy it now of 13. I don't know. I may I need to do a Google image and figure it out, because there's nowhere to put anything. Like, it would make sense if it's an adjustable watch band. Yeah. Well, you remember the 70s mesh chokers? And they had like a little hang down, sometimes like a cameo. You got them at the very inexpensive stores. That makes sense to me. But and obviously this would fit pretty much any size wrist. But I don't know what it is. So, yeah, I'll research it. And if someone knows, if someone needs it, and you're watching, please inform me. Please inform me. Okay. I've had this for a while. This is gorgeous. I paid too much for this, because even though these sell for a lot, I'm not. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I'm not able to. Yeah, I've been having a hard time selling it. I've had quite a while, like too long. Starting bid. And this is a designer name, Carla Opal, 14 karat. It's an old one, so it's vintage. So the opals aren't doublets and triplets. And it's gonna start, like I say, I believe I paid too much for it, so I've come down in my price. But I can't go lower than this. It is. Let me show you the bracelet, and then I'll show you the rest of it. This is like a 1960s piece. There's the clasp. Let me just finish showing you. 1950s, you can tell by that double crimped, you could call it a jump ring, but because it serves that purpose of holding the pieces together. So you could just call it that. Here's the opal. That's not really showing the depth of color. Let me see if I can change the ring light. Yeah, that helps. Then in the middle, and I don't clean tarnishing. That is wire filigree work. Very simplistic, but that is hand done wire filigree work. And I'm sure that I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty dang sure that would clean, because it's 14 karat gold. I'm going to get in here and really look how, ooh, that's a good clue. Look how high up the opal is, how big of an opal it is. And this is just not showing to me all the opal goodness. So I'll tell you about opals in a minute. Here is the back with the light shining through. And I just noticed something else. I want to look at that. I'm looking at the sawtooth edges. Okay. The sawtooth edges right here. There you go. You see how I call them, they're usually triangular. Those little things that crimp over a semi-precious stone, turquoise, opal, etc. Starting in about the early to mid 50s, a jeweler's saw, teeny tiny, came out that allowed these to be done evenly instead of hand cutting them. So that dates this. This piece, if I remember correctly, is late 50s, early 60s. Let me show you where it says right there. Let me get my loop. You're never going to see it. I was wondering that, Heidi. Thank you, because that is look at my mouth. That's what I was thinking. It says Carla. And 14 karat gold. Carla is the maker. Heidi, that's exactly where my mind was going. That mesh band had to have something to do with an Apple Watch. It's just confusing to me how to put the watch on, but it doesn't matter. So if anyone has an Apple Watch and they want a mesh magnetic band, I've got you covered. Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Like I say, I don't think that that's coming through at all. But so starting in about the 70s, they started doing, hi, Sandy. Hi, Billy. They started doing doublets and triplets of opal. So that means a layered of one or two, or two or three, because there was so much opals out there and the quality of opals started going down. So they started making doubles and triplets to add more of that natural, beautiful colors. This is pre doing that. So it's just a solid piece of opal. And Sandy is in. I love this. And this is such a beautiful, dainty little necklace. See, when I put it on me, I see all the greens, the purples, the pinks, but I don't feel like it's showing up for you all at all. And I apologize about that. So this just fits me. So it just fits a 7.25. So I would say you could comfortably go down to a 6.75 and it would just hang lower, like where my 50s large, like fleur-de-lis bracelet is. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4 opals on it. And I am going to say Sandy's in. Hi, Sandy. Sandy, I haven't seen you in a long time because there's no more Sandy on Sundays. I miss you. Fair warning. And unless someone puts in 42 or more, it's going to be sold to Sandy. You're going to have to be quick, y'all. Yay. Thank you, Sandy. I'm so glad. I mean, I lost some money on it, not a ton, but some. But it's going to a friend. So fantastic. Oh, good. Okay, because Sandy, I miss your flavor, girl. I mean it. I miss your flavor. I miss Sunday mornings with you and Steph and Miss Pat. I do. I mean, I adore Helen, don't get me wrong. I talk tomorrow's great. Edward is a hoot. But it's not the same. Okay, let me put this in a bag with your name. Sandy, how have you been? How is the perfect? How is the Sandy? I'm glad you popped in actually. Is your town safe? I watched, this was 48 hours ago, the tornadoes from Oklahoma, Texas, going all the way up to Chicago, Illinois. And they were off the hook, and the thunderstorms and the flooding. And I was just like, good Lord, I know so many people who live in this area, and I'm freaking out. So please tell me that your area is okay. My gosh. Yeah, right. Sandy, I'm kind of right there with you. I'm doing 3 a week currently, but I set my timer 2 hours. And once my household is done in March, it'll go back to 2. And that's more than enough. Although this Sunday, I am on with Becky's Vintage and More. My pal Becky, man, I started reselling with her when she first started reselling. And my sissy, Miss Karen Chasing Vintage, same thing. Started selling with her when she was brand new. I might have been the first or second person she ever sold with. So that's Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern this Sunday. So that'll be fun. My back won't like it, but I will like it. Okay, it was north of you. Yeah, it was terrible. Like, is Denise okay? I mean, it was all bad. It was on Ryan Hall, y'all. If anyone knows who that is, Trisha talks about him a lot. But Ryan Hall, y'all, that was really intense. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up and do this. This is a unique collector's piece. Yeah, and isn't he adorable? I mean, the only thing is he has that new screen behind him where when he sticks his head through like what is obviously a household door, 2/3 of his body disappears, and it's really disconcerting. But yeah, I was glued to the screen because I literally must know 8 resellers all at least throughout that swath. Didn't like it at all. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Billy, we're in the crazy times for sure. I mean, A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. I watch the news. I pay attention. I get multiple facts from multiple sources, so I'm not getting one biased opinion. I have my feelings. I say my prayers, and I wish for better intentions for the world, and then I dive into vintage jewelry. Exactly, Billy. And then there's jewelry. Yep. This is a single squash blossom Native American. I don't know if squash blossoms, y'all, so I'm a little dumb here. I don't know, or a little ignorant, if squash blossoms were like across the board with a lot of tribes, or if it was just Navajo, just Zuni, Pueblo. I'm sorry, I literally don't know. I should know, but I don't. This is a beautiful single squash blossom. Look at this turquoise. This is a much older piece. It's all hand cut, soldered, wrapped. It's all obviously sterling silver. I don't feel like I need to say that. There's the inside. You can see the hand tooling to carve that silver. So it was not molded or cast. It was hand tooled and hand carved. Isn't that beautiful? This blossom was cut and hammered and then wrapped. There's the seam. Pretty, traditional. We know nothing. And the color of that turquoise, I don't know the mines, but definitely a mine that's not around anymore. I could not tell you if this piece was made in, it's at least 70s. I believe older than that. But is it 100 years old? It could be. I don't have a way to know that. I literally, because they still do squash blossoms to this day, I don't have a way to know that. The main thing I can go off of here is the color of this turquoise in the matrix, this incredible robin's egg color. And the fact that it's all hand done without modern tools, all of that says a lot. So, yeah. And it is I should throw it on a chain, but I don't have, it's 2 inches long by almost an inch wide. I don't have a chain that would do this justice. Who is texting me? Sorry, I think it's my moderator. Oh, no. Someone totally different. Sorry. I really don't. But for instance, I don't have a chain that would do it justice. But let's pretend it was on a chain just for a second, because Fridays are chill days. So Friday night, for me, it's afternoon, early evening. Will this go through? Hold on. Trying to put this chain through here. But the way the jump ring is, nope, it won't. I can't. It was Ducky. Nope, it wasn't Ducky, because there's Ducky. Hi, Ducky. Ducky, did you get my message about how ducks are my favorite animal, my favorite bird. I'm a birder, and I used to collect duck figurines. Ducky's been out hanging out with the ducks. So it's a big fat piece of turquoise. 89. And we can pass for now. Ducks are, I don't know, they're just beautiful, and there's something about them. There's something about ducks that make me happy, and that's why your name makes me happy. So I have this. If anyone's interested, I cannot go down in the price, and I think it's a reasonable price. And yeah, so Heidi thinks, and I think she's right, because that's the thing that was hanging out in my mind, is that this is for an Apple Watch. So I will drop the price to 10. If someone has an Apple Watch, it's magnetic, and knows how this thing that appears to have no openings anywhere on this mesh heavy-duty band works, $10. It was 13. It's now 10. I just want someone who wears Apple Watches to be able to use it, because I don't and I can't. Oh, wow. No, don't be sorry, Ducky. Good for you. That sounds delightful. Good for you. Okay, how many people? I've got 10 people in here. Okay, number 1 through 15, giveaway. I will pay the shipping if you don't have a box. And I am going to write down the number now. There you go. Okay, go. Drop numbers in. These are, I think they're glass. It's a bracelet. It's a more modern bracelet, but it's got a really nice old clasp. So in fact of the matter is, look what I'm giving away. What does it say on it? Look at me. I just pulled it from a box and I was like, I can get rid of this. Woo-wee. It's 18 karat gold. Oh, stop. It's 18 karat gold with glass Murano beads. Giveaway. And I didn't even take it. Stop. 914. First off, where did I go? Pass. And then let me just double check my secondary device. I didn't even see that. Y'all. Nope. Yep. I didn't. And I thought it was good, but then I thought, well, whatever, So, Billy, 9. You won. There's the 9, my funny 9. In a circle. Billy, you got it. And so here's the deal. I will pay shipping since you don't have a box with me. These are just spacers. This is not gold. These are, I believe, glass. Okay, but when I tap them on my teeth, they feel more like plastic. Okay, and this clasp is 18 karat gold, but all of this is just beaded. Okay, that's not 18 karat gold. But congratulations, Billy. Let me go ahead and put that up here and write it on my paper. Congrats, Billy. I like your name. If I could spell, it's the little things. Sandy, where were you going with Sandy, where were you going with 914? Yeah. So your name is Melody. Well, then, I mean, even if you were a gentleman, if you wanted to wear this, I'd be cool with that. So the only thing, Billy, I'm going to write this down. I don't have your information, Billy, aka Melody. So I would need your info to send it to you. So please, yeah, thank you, and thank you everyone for playing with me. For whatever reason, like I said, I've had a hard time getting people to play with me, and I'm like, what? You don't want something that's free? I do, and I will pay the shipping. So, boom, thank you. Ooh, let me put your name in here. I've started doing this. I don't like having tons of plastic bags, and people send me stuff in the plastic little Ziploc bags, and I've been slowly offloading them. It's way easier if you have the little plastic bags and you write the person's name in a Sharpie on it, but the little notes will do. Okay, let's do a little really pretty pair of earrings. Ducky, did you drink a bunch of water on your walk? I hope and I pray. These beautiful vintage, I'm going to presume that they are real pearls based on the setting. I can't imagine them being faux, but I don't have a presidium. But I just can't imagine them being faux. With marcasite dangles are going to be a starting bid of $22. Good, Ducky, because I know it's hot where you are. And Ducky, one day we have to talk about your last name. Because I know people in the Bay Area with that last name. So, hi Jen, how's it going? How are you this evening? I hope you're well. So, these are so pretty. They're just lightweight, dainty, definitely vintage. They are the marcasite right there, or poor man's diamonds, right? And then on the top, they have the caps of marcasites. And then, like I said, I don't have a presidium, but these gray pearls, I'm going to assume they're real just based on the rest of this very intricate vintage setting. Oh no, Jen. Ugh, I'm so sorry, and I can relate. I've got, it's just on the line of severe. What is that? I don't even know who that is. It's just on the beginning of severe stenosis, arthritis in my spine. Ooh, and they're 925 as well. And a couple bulging discs. So I am in pain all the time. It just completely freaks me out. I'm so sorry. I hope it clears up quickly. This is going to be hard to see. You see the 2 right there? They are sterling silver. So that even more says to me that these are real pearls. They're sterling silver. And no, I didn't test them, but I got them from a reputable seller. And I know what I paid. I bought them in a lot. And I could test them right now if you really want me to. But for $22, I don't think I need to. I think we can see what's going on. That almost reminds me of a crown. And then the gunmetal gray pearls and the cap. There's 4. Almost like an acorn, right? Let's see if I can tilt it. There you go. So wait a minute. So there's 2, just like the top triangle. There's 2 marcasites and 2 marcasites, and then 2 just the sterling silver decoration little solder drops. Just like here, this in the middle is marcasite, and then on the top it's just the solder drops, and they're dainty. They're beautiful. $22, I suspect, with these, with everything that's going on here, and these being real, I think gray, I think Tahitian pearls, right? I think Tahitian. Jen would know, but Jen is in pain. So Jen, you just chill. Hot pad, cold pad, Tylenol, Motrin, gummies, green stuff, whatever you need. They're almost an inch long, but not quite. They're like just a couple hairs on the ruler away from being that long. And if someone is interested and you really want me to test that for silver right now, I will. But I don't think it's necessary. And they're rough on my teeth. So, oh, yay. Yeah, I go to the back doctor, Heidi, on the specialist for the first time. We can pass on that. For now, I don't do recaps. I go to my back specialist, who's like, a really renowned doctor, Monday, and we'll see what they say. Or he says, she says, whatever. I don't know. I can tell you that I'm not prepared for this particular. Let me take these off here. They don't want to do that. I'm not prepared to have a forever bad back. And I'm not prepared for any kind of major interventions. I don't even want more medication. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's stay in the pearl theme. There you go. So, I don't know where Ducky went, so I will put it in, and that's okay. Ducky does a lot of work for me. So, these are 2 pairs, and so I'm just going to hold them up. But they are going to be sold together. They are freshwater pearls. They're freshwater pearls, wire earrings. There's green and like a light gray. And both together, starting bid of $22. Ugh, Heidi, I get it. So they're pretty much, other than being natural pearls that are dyed, right? The same thing. This is what's happening. this is what's happening. Again, they're just really cute and dainty. The wires say nothing about sterling silver, but I mean, they're teeny tiny earrings. You're getting them for $11 a piece. Who really cares? These are, I think they're freshwater, but maybe they're man-made. And they're itsy. But I like that. So let me hold them up together. I'm noticing this. Okay, yeah, I wanted to make sure they were different in the circle, but I am noticing it's not a circle, but the line that goes around, right? So they could be freshwater simulated. So I don't think I'm getting my words correct here. They are real pearls, but they could very easily have been made in a way that they wanted them to come out in a certain way. So they had it set up where in kind of a mold way. I'm not saying this very well, but there it is. So those are the gray. Gigi. Oh no, not better. Gigi. Honey. Ugh. No, they're not Hawaiian. They're and here's the green with kind of purple. No, I think they're real freshwater pearls. They're just okay. So for instance, an oyster farm, if you've ever been to an oyster farm, they have their oysters in a certain way and like in a cage or on a long rope, and they're created in such a way that it's the oysters that they want of a certain size. Well, with pearls, there's a way that you can create the same type of thing. So they're not uniform. They're not the same at all. But there's a way to manipulate how the pearls grow. That's what I'm trying to say. Gigi, I can't believe that you're Gigi. So you had a contusion on your leg. What does that mean that you're not better? It's not related, Gigi. It's not related to your heart or anything, is it, sweetie? Prayers. If everyone could send prayers to Gigi, that would be great. Did you fall, honey? Gigi, don't make me come out there. I was planning on, doing a road trip like kind of immediately after my father passed. We can pass on these, Ducky, for now. I was planning to do like a whole road trip across the country, but you know what I didn't realize? I didn't realize that I would need so much time to grieve. So now it's next year. But if I have to come out there and take care of you, Gigi, I will. Okay. This is an Egyptian revival glass hinged bracelet. I am stumped on if it's 1930s. It is not 1980s. It is not 1960s. I'm going to let you all decide. It is going to start at $75. It's pharaohs. It's incredible. I found a lot of glass paneled Egyptian revival bracelets online. But I couldn't find any like this. And there's no maker. Because, I was thinking, well, what about if it was just like a revival, when King Tut exhibit came through in the 70s? But the bracelet's much older than that. So here's the back of the bracelet. That construction, could be 1950s, could be 1920s. It has a lot of wear. I mean, this used to all be gold tone, and it was worn so much that that gold tone is worn off. Yes, it did. Indeed, Heidi. So initially when they found the, burial, ceremonial burial, and the mummy, and then again, I think in the 20s or 30s, and then again pre-70s, and then again in the 70s. Okay, so that's the back of the bracelet. It is just the push-in clip. Look at the front. It took me, is that right side up? No, it's upside down. It took me a while to figure out that this was glass panels. See the pharaoh with the bird hat and the long hair? First I thought ceramic. Well, first I thought semi-precious stones. Then I thought ceramic. Then I started tapping it a lot with my teeth. Then I did a whole dive on it, and I realized it's glass. It's very heavy as well. It's really heavy. There you go. Yeah, I really think this is a 1930s. I do. It's the glass panels. It's got everything about it screams. The construction is incredible. Like, look at the hinges. The, in between holding it on in the front. And this is painted thick glass. It is so good. This is, and all the pieces out there like this, if you want to get a screenshot, all the pieces that I have found of this have they're glass, they're painted, but they have all different kinds of motifs. In fact, I didn't see any with a pharaoh, let alone an entire bracelet of just the pharaoh's head with this. I mean, and that's not painted. The glass isn't painted. It's created like this. It's not painted. It is created and blown like this. It's so hard to describe. It's heavy. I would wager this weighs 4 ounces. Let's see. I'm putting it on. It is so cool. I love having this in my hands and on my wrist. It's a piece of history. Isn't that? And it's really, really comfortable. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's like walk like an Egyptian, talk like an Egyptian, right? Tut, king, tut. Now, I'm pretty sure this is 30s. It's not, yeah. So that's what I got. It's, the construction is incredible. It's super heavy. It's in perfect condition except for the wear on the back here. It's, yeah. And I'm not gonna, I will hold on to this piece for a long time if it doesn't sell today. Yep. I love it. I love it. And it doesn't, it has no maker, but none of the other glass paneled ones out there have a maker either. I don't know why. It's got white with brown, orange with green and red, black with white, greens with brown. It's like jadeite, 2 greens. Then this blue. See, I was thinking the blue lapis, right? But now it's glass. So cool. Okay. We can pass on it, but like I said, it's not going to be coming up at a sale price. Nope. Nope. And I have my price lines up with what I've seen out there. So Gigi, honey, $6, sweetheart. It's $75. I didn't put a. Oh, that's Ducky who did that anyway. Gigi, honey, it's $75. Was there something for $6 that you wanted? Just let me know. Just let me know. So this is fun. And then I'm going to do a few rings, a couple earrings. I'm going to do that necklace next after this. This AB 1950s wire brooch is going to start at $22. It's pretty freaking spectacular. Let me change my yeah, that helps. Made with the rods, and what I love about this is it's got the really small, like, I don't even know, I've never seen this before. It's a tall, like, oval piece, and then you have your normal beads, but those tall oval pieces all around, like almost like real, like a crystal growing in a rock. I've never seen that before. So this may be someone. I do not know. And then what's extra cool about this? What's extra cool, y'all, is that instead of just having your typical rods that go down and then wire, these are rhinestones. They are AB I don't even know if they're AB. I think they're foiled. They're foiled pink, yellow, greens. I'm not sure that they're AB coated. I think they're foiled and or they're just catching the colors from the AB stones around them. And it's very heavy. You see what I mean? Here's really big. Here's a smaller. And here is a larger version of this tall, skinny one. It's, look how high up it is. And then see the piece where you wire them in. And then here's the back. How do I know the age, Heidi? Well, Heidi, on this particular piece, I can pretty much say, and I think this might be a designer piece, y'all. I'm not going to throw the name out, but you could think about it just because of that extra rhinestone touch, unsigned. I know that it's 1950s. Two reasons. Number one, the clasp comes out. It's just a rollover, right? And it's been pushed a little. I need needle nose pliers to push it. So the pin back comes out, which after the 60s, you had to make it safe. So the pin could not come out because it was sharp and dangerous. And because of the AB coating, started in, I think, 1956 with Swarovski. Also, the construction of how they wired with real wire this piece on to the brooch itself. These are all clues. Could it possibly be early 60s? It could. But I don't get that sense. This is a really, see the rhinestones? I'm actually gonna this doesn't sell. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pass now, and I am going to look it up. I've never seen those pieces like that before, and I've never seen the rods with the rhinestones on top like that. So I'm going to do a deeper dive. I've had it for a while. It's time to do a deeper dive. It's 2 inches in diameter, and it stands up over a half an inch tall from the back. I firmly believe, to a collector of this, that this is worth maybe up to $50, depending on if it's a designer that I think it could be. So there you are. Y'all can think about it. It's going down. It's going in a bag. I don't do recaps. I have these funny little bags. There you go. I can put in there. And yeah, I have a couple things that I'm researching set aside. And I have a lot of... thank you, Gigi. This is this beautiful thing I found out in the wild. Tribal vintage necklace. I love it. It's just orange glass beads with brass pounded cut dangles. I love it. Thank you. What's happening? Gigi is lagging. Oh, I don't know. I think Gigi was talking about the one I'm wearing. I don't know, but we're passing on that. Which is okay. All right. So this is not sterling. This is it just screams deco. It has to be deco. Hold on 1 minute. I am sorry. Hold on. Okay. This, I and it is going to start at $38, please, and thank you. It's, to me, it's deco or modernist or even brutalist, and the jury is out for me, but it's something really special. And I'm sorry that I can't nail down it. 1900s to 1930s. That's what I got for you on this one. So here's the back. And at $36, honestly, I feel like I could be starting this at like 70. That right there, I tried and tried to open that, right? Thinking, oh, it's one of those really cool barrel clasps. And then I thought, well, no, it's not unscrewing because it's magnetic. No, it's not a clasp. It's just decorative, so you know where the top is. It is not a clasp at all. But look how cool it is, right? These are black glass beads, very vintage. And the noise it makes is incredible. Look at what's happening here. It's not sterling silver. Look at this. And the noise. If you like noise, the tactile on this, the noise is incredible. The vintage black glass beads pinging on what's got to be pewter. These are hollow with this. I mean, and it's one piece. This is, it's soldered. It's not one. This is soldered over. Hold on. And this is up and then it dips down. Tuggy, I don't know what you want, honey. See that? And so it goes. Who's pinging me now? Oh, don't. That's my back doctor. And then this, like I said, is not a clasp. And so let me take you down. You hear that sound? It's so cool. Look at what's happening. Look at that. So, see, to me, that's deco. Because it just reminds me of the buildings right before the war, the concrete industrial buildings, the movie theater signs, but it could be industrial, like brutalist style also. Isn't that fascinating? It's so good, and it's really long. These black blown beads are pretty heavy, but this is light as a feather. And like I said, I don't know the artist on this. I have not done the research. I got it in a lot, so I can offer it at this price. These are soldered together. This is all hand done by some artist. I suspect if I look this up, I'll be like mind blown. It doesn't need a clasp, but I was struggling with this for like 10 minutes. I was like, it has to open. What's going on? Boy, that really made the light weird. Sorry. So, getting rid of that. It comes down to the middle. So here is like 24. It's about 28 inches long. 28 inches. Someone look this up. This is not a modern paste. This has been around a long time. It's unique. It's cool. So I will be looking it up since no one is interested in it today, which is fine. That's fine. That just gives me more time to find out who the maker is and come back and say, ooh, wait a minute. I am, oh, good Lord. Because I did that. Now I've got it tangled. No. No. Because I threw the orange necklace behind me. Oh, no. What is that doing? Maybe if I do this. I'm probably making it worse and worse. That just gives me more time to research it and find out who it is and come back and say, yep, it's from this era. And it is now, the price is now going to be, asking bid of 80 start. Whoop, let's take that off since it's getting tangled. But at any rate, last look. So pretty. Okay, it's going in a bag. It's just, and you hear the noise. It's like your own wind chimes. This piece is just, okay. One more piece for me to research. That's okay. I mean, I research the majority of my stuff, but when I'm coming on, and I've had a week of pain and just weird stuff, most of my stuff is researched and some of it isn't. And that's all right. Okay. But I know what I paid and I have a pretty good idea of what it is. So I go from there. Okay. Let's do these earrings. These, do they have a name on them? Nope. These 1950 clip-on incredible hand AB earrings dangle are going to start at $19. They are gorgeous. Whoa, sorry. So when I say hand, look at that. When I say hand, let me put the price up on the screen. And this is less than I started the other silver pair I had that actually, in my mind, were not quite as nice as these by about $4. When I say hand, I'm talking about these super long prongs. Then I call that hand prongs. And there is a that is an actual term in the jewelry business. So, but I don't know why. So I can't tell you the reason. I think it's just because it's really long, like fingers. And then you have this, I'm going to put one down, makes it easier. And that's a fairly large crystal. And then you have this beautiful gold tone chain. Oh, ouch, my leg. Sorry. With this gorgeous, it's very light A bead. Very light. It's large millimeter. And the AB coating on this is light. Sometimes it's really heavy. This is fairly lightly coated. And it is got the rod. Good way to date it. And then you can see back here that this has worn down to the copper. These were worn a lot. And you can also tell that this is a good quality stone, AB coated or not, because they left it open to get light and have more sparkle. So it's not foiled. It's just a really good quality stone. If it was foiled to get the colors to come through, the colors would be coming through based on what colors the foil are behind the stone. So if there were red and green, colors, then the stone would be that colors from the foil. And in fact, that is often what I have learned. That is often how you wind up getting dead stones, not because you're getting the crystal part wet, but because you've gotten the foil backing wet, and then the foil disintegrates and the stone becomes what's called a dead stone, right? Oh, Heidi, that's fine. Thank you, honey. You take good care, okay? And rest up, and I will see you later. I mean, it's very late in Belgium, Heidi. And I'm going to be done soon. And it's pretty long. Look at that. Disco fever. Disco fever. So nice. This is such a good one. God, I love it. I can't wear clip-ons or I would be all over this. And it is 1 3/4 inches long. And honestly, again, this is one of those ones where if I was going to keep it, I would probably cut. If I can't wear screws, I would probably cut it right here and here and push this over to here. Take this out all the way off. Just cut it right here. Take this all the way off. Needle nose plier this over to here. Put a rod up and put it on a wire. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. In a bag they go. Actually, I don't know if I'm putting them in a bag yet. I don't know. What? Oh, my Lord. Woo! My computer. This happens and this. We're passing. I know why. My computer was unplugged, and a little while ago it came up. We're running on low, whatever, to conserve your battery. And I'm like, what? Because I never unplug my laptop. It is when I do tabletop and I turn the computer, it undid the cord. Yeah. So I was wondering, I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, I've only got 2 minutes left. Okay. Okay, so what am I going to close the sale with? I'm going to close it with this, Fridays are a big expensive day. Fridays are my chill, slow and tell. Slow and tell. Fridays are my chill, show and tell. I don't get as many items in, but I get enough. I show about 20 items in 2 hours, 10 an hour, and we talk, and that's good enough. This turquoise sterling silver ring is going to start at $70. It's going to start at $70, and it doesn't fit my correct finger, or I would be keeping it. It is modern. It is sterling silver. It's not vintage. It's it's new, but it's at least I assume that, but I also got it from a person who polishes their jewelry, right? I mean, I even got polishing cloths with some of these rings. So, and I'll keep them. I'll use them. I don't have any. So look at how beautiful that turquoise is. It's just, I can't wear it on my teeny tiny pinky. If it fit my middle finger, let me do like this. The light is not good enough. So it's this gorgeous blue. It's got a lot of the brown and gold from the copper. The bottom here is a little bit more green than the top. It's got this gorgeous cut, super long and skinny. I love this pop out. There is the 925. Is that all it says? Let me just see what it says. What? Okay, what? DE something 925. I don't know. DE something 925. I believe it is what you call foreign turquoise, right? But it is modern. Like I said, in our turquoise mines here in the United States are gone. I don't know if do we have any that are producing at all anymore? That is a question I have. I mean, we don't have any of the gorgeous, Royston, Sleeping Beauty, all of that's been mined out for a long time. So, yeah, I don't know if we have any active turquoise mines in America anymore. I don't think we do. But I could be wrong because I'm just learning about that. So here's the thing. This is interesting. This is why I always do that. This fits on my pinky. My pinky is a 7.5. And this fits comfortably. It's not tight. It's comfortable. But when I put it on the sizer, it only comes down to 7. But it is a 7.5 on my finger. So this is why, depending on the way the band is, depending on if it curves in or curves out or all these different things, I put them on my own fingers that I know the sizes of and measure on this. And I always measure the band, not the front, because how the heck are you going to tell by the front the size? You can't. So it fits on my 7.5, even though it says 7. So I don't buy that at all. And the turquoise, it's so beautiful. I don't know if y'all are seeing it in its detail as much as I'm seeing it, but I love it. I would keep it if it fit me. It is 1 3/4 inches long. And the stone width is almost 1/2 inch. It's over 1/4 inch. Let me show you, since this is a piece we're ending on. It's over 1/4 inch, but it's not quite, it's not 1/2 inch. See that? Yeah. So I don't know what that is. And then, like I said, it would do it this way, except my ruler is all backwards and weird. Yeah. Watch Lucinda try to measure. And there you go. Stands up really high. 1/4 inch high. 1/4 inch tall. 1/4 inch tall. Gorgeous piece. Like I said, if it fit my middle finger, perfection. Right, Ducky? So this is modern. And then I've been trying to sell this with no success. Here is a vintage with that like double open band, right? And that's American, like 1960s, 1970s 925 turquoise ring. Do you know, Ducky, do you know what it's called when it's a double band kind of open like that? Is there a name for that? I mean, I have no ideas, but I'm curious. There may not be a name, but you would think everything in jewelry has a name. So, okay. So, y'all, I don't do recaps. I do have a lot. I have more rings. I have less expensive clip-on earrings. I have micro mosaic. I have this really beautiful old hinged lapis lazuli. I have a fruit salad D&E brooch. Yeah. But open shank. There you go. We can pass on this open shank. Whenever shank makes me think of something else entirely. You know, growing up in the city, right? You might carry one in your purse. I don't know. Okay. Well, I don't go back over the things that I've shown. I mean, I'll bring them another time because my inventory has to sell. And all of this is brand new. None of it's going on sale anytime soon at all. I have some inventory that is going to go on clearance. But probably not until March is over, because I'm working on getting rid of household. And I usually bring some, jewelry that's at severely reduced, like me not making any money prices on Tabletop Tuesdays. So that's if you're looking for, earrings for $1, necklace for $2 or $3, you want to do Tabletop Tuesday. And then once March is over, the clearance stuff, I'll probably do like once a month pop up on probably a Tuesday, or a Thursday, depending on which days I keep, where it's just clearance. But I haven't really worked all that out yet, so I'm not really sure. I appreciate everyone that was here today. I appreciate you participating in the giveaway, and Billy, aka Melody. I never would have figured that out, by the way. Playing in the giveaway and winning. That was fun. And, I will take a minute before I go lay down and take care of my own back. And Jen, if you're still here, I hope this isn't like a permanent problem that you have on a regular basis and that you heal quickly. And I will take a minute. Any requests? Did anyone come in and you want to, put your speed settings on ×2 in your settings and whir through and see what you missed and drop it in the chat that you're interested in purchasing ... I brought a bunch of incredibly diverse and unique pieces today. And most of it did not sell. It is still available. You can buy it on you can purchase on the Rewatch. You can send me an email at the .net right there and claim it. But if you want to claim it now, drop it in the chat. Otherwise, I will be here Sunday at 10 a.m. California Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I won't be here. I'll be on Becky's Vintage and More channel with my sissy, Karen Chasing Vintage. That'll probably be about 2.5 hours. They will be doing recaps. I cannot do a recap. I can't sit for that long. It is a kind of more high-end. Karen and Becky both. Becky does a lot of diverse stuff, but Karen and Becky both do a lot of incredible glass along with other items. I, of course, will be bringing jewelry. And I don't know what's going to happen next Tuesday in terms of a sale, the 17th, because the 16th, Monday, I have to go down far away from me for a back appointment. So I don't know if I can turn around Tuesday and bend and do all that stuff. Maybe I'll do a clearance Tuesday. Maybe I'll do a jewelry clearance since I can't do tabletop. And then Thursday, do my tabletop, something like that. But anyways, if you can come over to Becky's channel, Becky's Vintage and More, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, that would be freaking awesome. And everyone, please be kind. We are in such stressful times. Everyone is at each other's throat. The Middle East is like blowing up. And, hold a door open for someone. Smile at someone. Pay whatever you got forward. Don't assume that the person who is frowning and says something nasty in the grocery store is mad at you. They might be having a really crappy, freaked out day. You don't know. So smile at them. Doesn't cost you a dime. Okay. Thank you, Ducky. Thank you, everyone. Gigi, please send me an email and tell me what the heck is going on. I'm worried about you. Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you sooner than later.